Today I want to go over what the top 3 things are that are going to kill your plans for a secondary suite when you're looking to purchase a home with the intent of installing a legal secondary suite. So let's get into it. First off, what does this mean and why does it matter? So there was a change recently in the zoning bylaws for Peterborough which allowed you to install a legal secondary suite in a single family dwelling. So what this means is that the definition of a duplex has essentially gotten blurred. Suites used to be illegal in your principal residence, which means that if somebody were to complain, the city could come by any day and shut down your suite and kill your rental income from it. Banks don't like this. They don't want to finance properties that aren't legally zoned to be able to account for the rental income from your suite. The rules have been changed. You're allowed to install a legal suite. Okay, so an overview of what's going to kill your potential for a secondary suite. First off, parking, number 1 killer. Number 2, a second entrance. Number 3, the more finished, the more frustrating. So let's get into killer number 1, parking. For most of the city, in terms of the city's parking map, in order to install a legal secondary suite, you have to be able to supply 3 parking spaces. This right off the hop is going to exclude a ton of properties from your search. The garage can count as a space if it's a single car garage. If it's 2, it can count as 2. If your driveway is a single width driveway, you can park cars in tandem, but you cannot count any space that is off your lot line, which is typically where the sidewalk would be if you were to visualize a sidewalk. I'll tell you right now, there's a lot of properties that aren't going to comply. There's some ways you can make this work by extending your curb cut. Depending on the frontage of your property, you can't do this on every property, and there's no exemptions for not complying with parking. So number 1 killer, parking. Killer number 2 is separate entrance. In homes built within 5 years, you need a totally separate entrance. If your home is older than 5 years old, you can use a shared entrance and a common area that isolates the 2 units. Think of a split level Colorado bungalow that you see all throughout town, and this is a workable solution. But there is a ton of houses that aren't going to work. Houses without a separate entrance or that split level design that have a stairwell right out in the middle of the floor plan, so that the basement unit would have to come in through the front door, walk through the main floor unit, not in a designated common area, and then go down the stairs. This unit's not going to work. So that's going to get rid of another whole bunch of properties that are immediately off your list. So that's going to narrow down the search again. And killer number 3 is the more finished, the more frustrating. I've talked to a bunch of people who have a house that already has the potential for a suite with a finished basement, or it actually has an operating suite that was done illegally without permits prior to the bylaw change. They think that they've already got a leg up. What do I got to do to legalize this suite? But the fact of the matter is they're normally further behind than somebody who had a house with meeting the parking requirements with a split level entrance or a separate entrance that has a totally unfinished basement, because these old suites almost never comply with the fire separation, smoke alarm connected, and soundproofing requirements. So in most cases, what this means is right off the hop, your entire ceiling in your basement is coming down, and usually there's drywall coming off walls. There's a whole bunch of demo work before you even get on to starting to construct your suite. So the more finished, the more frustrating. That's killer number 3. Don't think that you got a sweet deal because this place is almost already a suite. In general, you're going to have to undo a bunch of that work before you do it properly and have it permitted and inspected. That's it, guys. Hopefully this was helpful. There's a ton of subtopics within the actual code requirements for the floor assemblies, the fire separation, and a handful of other requirements that need to be met. and there's far too much to get into in one video. So we're gonna try and break this up into a few subtopics. If there's anything specific that you guys want to know, feel free to ask in the comments and I can try and answer as we go. But I do plan on putting out another series of videos. So lastly, guys, if this was helpful to you and you like where these videos are going, please subscribe. It's going to help me a lot to keep going here. And if you like the content, this is where we're going to try and keep it right here. So stay tuned, guys. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope to talk to you all soon and keep up with you in the comments. Take care, guys.